Here we have a game between Ironzilla and Necromancer, and I'm talking about this game because this is a deck that has risen to Grandmaster from how stupidly effective it is. So, it's on Ironzilla's side. Dead spam with Brilliance, double tower spawn. Secret Tunnel's not usually included, but he's including it here obviously to make it easier for him to hold the tower. So why am I talking about this, and why has this deck risen to Grandmaster? Because Brilliance, with its still ridiculous power, making upgrades so cheap, allows these tower spawns to be researched super early, and because of how fast dead spam masses, anything you have can get pushed off the tower, and if they cap the tower, then the double tower spawn is activated and they are pretty much set for the entire game, providing nothing goes wrong. I'm not sure who discovered how strong a deck like this is, but people caught on to it very quickly, and it rapidly rose through the ranks all the way up to Grandmaster. This deck is strong, but only because of how much Brilliance makes these tower spawns cheaper. So the way it works here is you get your early Toxic Dead and then you push for the tower. And if the opposing side doesn't have an answer to it, then they're going to be facing double tower spawn. So Necromancer has a spear and an archer. Ironzilla can use that dead to snipe poison on the archer down and kill it. Necromancer already saw that happening, so he went for the Garrus on his archer. So now, how does this Spiriton deal with all this? Does he straight up attack it? Nope, it looks like Necromancer's gonna go for the user control stall to hold on to the tower for as long as he can. Now, if we were a few versions back, then this wouldn't work, because back in the day, you could remove somebody's tower control by just bringing another unit there and just having it sit there. And even if the opposing side had the tower, they would still lose control of it. But in this case, now, that's not the case. So Necromancer still having a Spiriton there, he's able to hold on to the tower and prevent Ironzilla from getting it. And it looks like that's his plan. Because the user control affects AI so much that a lot of the units are going to straight ignore the user control unit, Necromancer is able to do this. So he's just going to continue to cycle spears and stall out the user control stall out the tower as much as possible. And meanwhile, he's building up an army in the back, given the fact that he has two castle archers, two of those being Spiros and Thera that he has. This is actually working out pretty well. Just before Spiriton dies, he brings in another one and just continues to stall on the tower. I mean, it's a crude counter, but it's effective here clearly, because Ironzilla has this massive death spam and he has not been able to get the tower whatsoever. So Necromancer, now training Thera, has 3 castle archers, and there we go, there's his army. Has Spiros, bunch of archers, and more Spiritons. And he's pretty much been successful in preventing Ironzilla from getting the tower, so if he can exterminate the death spam, he pretty much won this game. Now, Necromancer did lose control of the tower, but right now it's in a neutral state. Nobody has control over it, and the Snow Squall really going to mess things up. Spiros can also deep freeze with the Snow Squall. He didn't opt to do it though. Now he's going to go for the deep freeze. And with that archer stack in the back being undealt with, and now with Thera's assistance, Necromancer's going to counter the dead spam setup. So yeah, using control stall, it works, I suppose. And he's going to go for the poison snipes, but that means nothing when Thera is here. The moment that archer gets in range of a healing, he'll be just fine. So yeah, this is an example of how ridiculously strong this deck can be, and the effort that Necromancer had to put into making sure the tower was completely stalled out goes to show how ridiculous the deck is. It's purely because of Brilliance, meaning the damn thing still needs to get nerfed.